So we are here in Linwood at Heritage Park, reminding us that the South Snohomish County area actually has quite a long history. Heritage Park actually features some buildings that have been in Linwood for several decades. Linwood was a fairly rural community through the early part of the 20th century, and actually all the way up until the 1970s. There was some pretty seriously rural parts of the city as well. And this park here, right near I-5, actually commemorates a lot of that history. It's also a visitor center for Snohomish County, and there's also a historic trolley from the old interurban line that's preserved here. So find out a little bit more about Linwood, find out a little bit more about South Snohomish County here at the Visitors Bureau. So we're joined by Susan Payne from the Edmonds School Board today, and we're here at Meadowdale High School in Linwood, continuing our tour of the district. And why don't you tell us a little bit about Edmonds Schools?
Well, thank you for having me, and welcome to the Meadowdale High School, and we're in a science classroom. The Edmonds School District covers many jurisdictions. We start from the south, Woodway and Edmonds, and Montlake Terrace, and Briar, and unincorporated Snohomish County, and then finally where we are here in Linwood. We have about 20,000 students, and that varies across the year, but the average right now is going to be about 20,000 students. We serve probably about 30 language, families speaking languages different from English, and then so we have a very diverse neighborhoods and a lot of just breadth in our community.
And you guys have recently brought a brand new high school online.
Yes, we have the brand new Linwood High School. It's very exciting. It's a beautiful building. We had 40 acres preserved for just this sort of opportunity. 25 years ago, 30 years ago, the school board decided that it would be prudent to buy a big chunk of land just in case this came. And so this is what we've done with the land. We've put on a new high school, and it's just beautiful. I hope you get a chance to go and see it. And then just down the road, we're redoing the Meadowdale Middle School too. That's courtesy of our voters with the capital bond.
Now we're in a science classroom today, and Edmonds is doing some pretty exciting things around math and science. Yes. Obviously an area that's important for our students.
It is, yes. So what we've done recently with our math was we did our a big math adoption. We did this about 2 years ago now, and what we've done is we've put in a whole new curriculum that is a unified curriculum across all the elementary schools, and with I-728 money, we have incorporated professional development to get all the teachers up to speed in teaching math the same way that they teach literacy and reading, so that the kids get the math. And our early numbers are showing up that it's very successful, and we're very excited about that. It's doing a lot of really great stuff for elementary math, and we're expecting to see a lot of great things. The standards that are offered by the state are very high and very rigorous, so we're very excited that we're going to have some of that. With this math adoption, we also brought in a more cohesive group of standards for the high schools and a single curriculum. So all the high schools are doing the same thing, which hasn't always been so in the past, and we've heard from our families that hasn't worked well when the kids have gone on to the next good thing.
So no matter where you go to school in Edmonds, or if you move between schools during your educational career, you'd get the same kind of instruction in each classroom.
Exactly. It's a lot of fun, and the teachers, I think, are learning and getting excited by it, and they're really enjoying it.
As a school board member, you're seeing our schools really at the ground level, at the community level, and in the state legislature, we're trying to really look across the state. Where do you see sort of the challenges from that local level in working with the state, and what are the big issues on the horizon for Edmonds schools from your perspective?
You know, we have all these. We have a new superintendent of public instruction, and he's got his own ideas that are, are probably very rigorous. We can't keep rolling over new ideas and having new things come on board. We'd like to be able to have steady funding. Reinstate some of the funding that the legislature had to cut out because of the budget, and that's going to be one of our big things. Just maintaining funding. There are some opportunities, I think, to improve how transportation is funded, because that does take away from general fund dollars. It does center around money this year, and programmatically, I think we're all doing pretty strong. I mean, we've had a nice series of advancements in the Edmonds district that really will make us a very strong district, where we will where we rely on the state is with our funding. And if we can have it, without strings attached, it makes it even better for us.
Well, and we know that our state constitution is unique. It says that education is the paramount duty of the state, and I think you're right. It really is incumbent on us at the state level to provide the funding that we need for small class sizes, for quality instruction, and in the 21st century for the kind of exciting things like math and science that kids need, not as an add-on, but as a basic part of their education to understand.
Right, and I do appreciate it because you have been really a leader and very helpful with all of the schools. It's the last time the funding formula, which is very complicated, was looked at was probably 1979, and that's the year I finished high school. And so back then, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have all these other sort of things that really do help supplement just the basics of learning. Math, they've been teaching for 6,000 years, which is great. We can do that pretty well. There's new techniques with all sorts of things, but we need to make sure that our funding formula really does work well for all of the students involved, because you have the 30,000 foot level view, and we have the classroom view. I mean, when we're doing our job well, we have the classroom view, and we bring it from the community to how that works in the district. And yours is a little bit different view.
Well, thank you so much for having us here at Meadowdale High School.
Yes, Meadowdale.
And thanks for all you're doing for the community.
Oh, well, thank you for all that you're doing. Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you, Marko.
All right, so we're ending our tour where we started out back in Edmonds here along the waterfront, and actually on this blustery autumn day, the sun is even shining here at the end of the day. Hope you've enjoyed the opportunity to see a little bit of the sights and sounds of our beautiful community from Edmonds all the way up to Mukilteo, then taking a stop to see some of the historic sites in Linwood and visit some local elected officials, small business owners, school board members along the way. Certainly a privilege, as always, to represent the 21st District in the legislature, such a wonderfully diverse community with all these interesting things happening and challenges on the horizon. I look forward to working with you to make some progress for our community. So make sure that you stay in contact with me. We have an e-newsletter that is available during our legislative session, so you can stay up to speed on what's going on in the legislature. We have a toll-free number you can call to get in touch. And of course, you can visit us in Olympia anytime, or while we're out of session at our office in Edmonds there on Dayton Street. So thanks so much for following along today, and hope to see you around.